A very warm welcome and hello! Here is your Max as usual, and for all art journal lovers who had to wait for such a long time, I have now a new page for you. I'm using 2 scrap pieces of paper to protect the other pages. Then I'm starting a little differently today and coloring the whole page completely red. Next, I'm looking for some design papers in vintage style and tearing off the edges except for 2 long sides. As you may already know, I'm sewing my photo album pages, and so I decided to do the same today with my art journal. Today I'm using a standard straight stitch with a width of 3 mm. However, I'm moving the paper while sewing slightly from side to side so that the seams also appear slightly wavy and messy. And at the end I'm sewing into the paper in a few places using a zigzag stitch so that it looks like this. And now it can be adhered with matte medium gel. The edges that I did not tear off are placed directly in the center. And while using the gel anyways, I'm instantly sealing the whole page with it. After everything is dry, I'm taking a little bit of white gesso, diluting it with a few spritzes of water, and then splashing it over the entire page. A few grunge stamps and white acrylic paint are helping to increase the vintage look. And so, our background is done. So let's go to the individual shapes. Today I'm using a rose stamp that forms the picture in several layers. I'm showing you here only one rose. Later I went into mass production, but first things first. I recommend a stamping tool for this, which is now available from many companies. You can also stamp the layers with a conventional stamp positioner, but that's far too much work for mass production. Such a tool makes it much easier, and it is totally up to you which one to choose. I'm stamping here in 3 different pinks and reds. Each new layer is simply positioned on the one below, with the flap of the tool taking it up and then inking and stamping it. If the result is not like expected, I'm simply repeating this until I'm content. And then I'm doing exactly the same with the leaves. And here you can see how it works with mass production. I'm stamping each layer several times under each other before I'm positioning the next layer. And then I'm fussy cutting all the pieces. I haven't used the crazy cats in a while, and so I felt like doing something with them today. And by the way, you cannot only use them for funny things, but also for romantic ones. And here I'm showing you how to mirror a stamp. You only need a plain background stamp on which you stamp the original and then stamp the mirrored image with the background stamp. The outline is a little bit lighter than the original, but that doesn't matter for today. And so we made 2 out of 1 cat. Then I'm doubling the size with my printer and then coloring it with my Prismacolor pencils. The tomcat will become brown, and I'm applying the color only very lightly. With the darker color, I'm then doing the contours and the shadows, but not yet doing any blending of the colors. This will follow shortly. The cat lady is black and white, and also with her I'm only coloring without any blending of the colors. The blending is finally done with an odorless solvent. This solvent is applied with paper stumps and dissolves the oily components in the colors and let them blend into each other. And then it's time to also fuzzy cut the cats as well. I'm cutting off the arched back and also cutting off the head of the tomcat in order to have more flexibility later. And finally, our lady gets a little blush. Such a cute couple, aren't they? And now, it's time to adhere everything to the page. First of all, I'm arranging the flowers on the background until I like what I see. Then I'm adhering piece by piece to the page with matte medium gel. I also arranged the other side and am gluing it down now. I'm never gluing down the pieces completely so that I can still move them a bit and put the leaves underneath. And here are the two cuddly cats. Because I have previously disconnected the head from the cat, I can now vary his height a little and his gaze. And so they can now hold paws and look deep into each other's eyes. A few little hearts with a faux stitched border perfectly match the stitched background. Since I stamped the roses with water-based inks, I now have to seal them separately. For this, I'm using heavy matte medium gel and a dry brush. If this is applied quickly, the colors will not be dissolved and will not smear over the whole page. Our lovers and the letters can then be sealed with normal matte medium. But why sealing anyways, you might ask? Well, this closes the pores of the paper surface, and other colors are not absorbed so quickly but can be blurred a little bit. And I'm now taking advantage of this when shading. To give all paper pieces a little bit of dimension, I'm coloring the edges with a dark brown marker and blurring the ink with a slightly damp finger. And so everything stands out a little bit from the background. For the roses, I'm using a mixture of light brown and red to give the flowers and the leaves some depth. And then a few highlights with a white gel pen. And also the letters looked a little bit naked. But somehow I'm missing a little bit of bright contrast above and below. And so I quickly cut a paper border and now sticking it on the bottom and the top left. And finally, I'm cutting back all the excess. So, I think the page is done. And here I have some pictures for you so that you can see the colors a little bit better and how the crazy cats have become the romantic cats. Well folks, and that's it for today. I hope you had fun and got inspired. And if you did, then please like, comment and share this video. And if this is your first time here at Color Your Life, then I would love to have you subscribe. And if you additionally click that little bell, you will be immediately notified as soon as a new video is uploaded. And if you like more inspiration, then I have here and here some other proposals for you. Just click on the vids to play them right away. Well, then there is nothing more to say than thank you so much for watching and hope to catch you next time again. Bye bye!